We are approaching the one-year anniversary of the Humboldt bus crash, where 16 people lost their lives and 13 others were injured, like Ryan Strechnitsky. For those who were affected by the crash, it's been an eventful week, with the driver responsible for the crash, Jaskarat Singh Sindhu, being sentenced to 8 years behind bars. And today, the owner of that trucking company pleading guilty to safety infractions. I spoke with Straz's mom, Michelle, today to see if this brings any relief or closure to a horrific year, and about what else she needs to see happen on our roads. Sukhmander Singh received a $5,000 fine today for some safety regulation issues and infractions. Can I just get your reaction to that, Michelle, about how that makes you feel that he was facing infractions and maybe not a criminal charge?
It's just very disappointing to me. I know that there are limitations within the Canadian legal system, which obviously need to change, I think. It's on a personal level, it's a gut punch. It's not really enough. It's not good enough for me. It's not good enough for anybody, I don't think. Remorse aside, I'm sure he feels terrible, but that's not good enough, because in a couple of days after the accident, he started up another company under a different name. And that tells me volumes that he's not sorry. This was absolutely ridiculous. It should never have happened.
How scary is it for you to think about all the safety infractions that probably go on day after day, different kinds of trucking companies? What does that mean to you to see that how easy it was for them to find in 6 months several infractions?
It makes me furious. I know myself, if I wanted to go out and get a truck driver's license, I could. I don't want to, because I know that that's not for me, but it's ridiculous. This Transportation Safety Board needs to get on top of this, and they need to get on top of it right now. It can't wait.
No,
it really can't.
So what is it that you're pushing for or hoping for to see from, transportation safety boards, the government, from just everyday people who hit the road every single day thinking that our roads are safe?
Well, you see it every day. You do. You see, big trucks. They're weapons of mass destruction. They are. And just everybody that we've talked to, you see things happen every day that should never happen. And I understand that people are not perfect, but this is actually very significant, and it's something that should be held to the highest standard.
Mm-hmm. After this accident that took so many young lives and injured your son, is it hard for you to head out on the road?
Yeah, I have a lot of anxiety. Just driving through town, getting out there. I'm not a good passenger anymore. My husband will attest to that. I'm not good at simple things like that. I'm hoping that eventually I will calm down and realize that not every situation is deadly. But in my heart and on my chest, I can't stop.
And I can imagine that sending your kids out, you were saying that Ryan needs to get lifts sometimes to the other end of the city. How hard is it for you to let him out the door?
Oh, it's hard. But I know he's 19, he's almost 20. He wants his independence. He wants all of that. And it's hard for me every day to let go a little bit for every moment. But I try not to look at that.
Yeah. It's hard to let go and hard to do the one day at a time kind of a thing. While you're doing one day at a time for yourself and for your son and for your family and your friends, trying to get out there and just live a normal life, what do you want to see when we're all out there driving? What's your message to just normal drivers and to the government on what needs to be done?
Be aware. Be 360 aware of everything out there. I want the government to make changes. I want the people responsible for the lacks in judgment that happened 25, 30 years ago when the trucking industry changed a whole lot, and I want them to be held accountable. I want everyone involved in this to know how much it impacted all these lives. Mm-hmm. And it's not just a little thing.
Do you feel like there should still be some more accountability for the crash in Humboldt?
Yes, I really do. I think the driver is responsible, but he was the end result of this. It goes up the chain so far, and I think the government needs to be held responsible. Each province should have the same legislation. It should be the same rules for everyone. And it should be very, very strict, because this is not a small thing.
Thanks so much for your time, Michelle.
Thank you very much.